I strongly believe that every person has a very distinct energy around them, which is why when I walk into a room, I automatically know who has a good energy with me. And that's not to say that that person has a bad energy overall, but our energies don't align.
Yeah.
And so often, I think we ignore that inner feeling, that intuition of knowing who we attract energy with in the way that we want to feel energetic. What gives you energy might not give me energy. And that's why everyone is so individual. But how do we know if someone has good energy or bad energy, or it's our anxiety that's ruling there?
Well, I would use this simple principle. Who takes my energy up and who takes it down? Now, I really like the 80-20 principle.
Right.
So Wilfred Pareto, a 19th century economist, discovers that 80% of the peas come from 20% of the pods in his garden. And being an economist, he wonders if this principle holds true in other areas. And it does. So 20% of your carpet's walked on 80% of the time. 80% of the cost of crime is down to 20% of the criminals. 80% of the things a computer does is carried out by 20% of the software. 80% of the money you make will come from 20% of your efforts.
Yes.
And sometimes it's 70, 30, 90, 10. But I would say 80% of the fun you have and the good feelings come from 20% of the people you know, and vice versa. If you think about 80% of the grief, angst, etc., will again come from 20% of the people you know.
Yes.
And so what you need to do is a simple stock take. You go through your phone and go, who takes my energy up? Who takes it down? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If somebody's upset and you have to help them, and that's a bit draining, that's in a slightly different category than somebody that regularly leaves you feeling drained and down, or just lose a loss of optimism, that sort of thing. It's fine to cheer people up, but not if it continually brings you down. Some people have got great energy. They're dynamic and optimistic, but they're just, as you rightly say, you just go, we didn't click, or we did click. Sometimes, if I look at some of the people I'm friends with, I think, on paper, I don't know why we're friends, but I just love their company.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the number one and hardest lesson that I had to learn was until I let go of those people who are draining me, until I actually stop giving my energy to the wrong people in my life, I will never break through to the next level. And that comes from my relationships, that comes from my work, that comes from my confidence, that comes from my mindset. Because if I allow those same people to drain me, I will not excel in those areas. And once I did that, everything changed.